Hi YouTube, this is Misha Love Beauty. I am back, and I'm back to do the review on the Coastal Scents 22-piece brush set. I have had these brushes for about a little over a month, and I have used, if not all of them, majority of all of them, and I love the brushes, and I would recommend that you buy the brush set. I'm going to show you the brush set. It looks like this. This is all the brushes in there. So I'm going to show you each brush and kind of give a quick overview because I don't want the video to be too long. First we have the large fan brush. And I did not use this. I don't use fan brushes. I have another one. So this one is the best fan brush that I actually own. I have seen ones that are better than this one. As you can see, it is very thick on the side compared to, like, this is an e.l.f. one. So this one would be great for like contouring, you know, to get the fallout, or for to put powder on your eye so you don't have fallout, and it's really soft. Next brush is the powder buffer, and this is it. I use this for powder. You could probably use this for liquid foundation or cream foundation. It's really soft, and that's all I can say about this brush, and it's really nice. This is the round powder brush, and it kind of reminds me of my e.l.f. powder brush, and I don't have that in front of me. I gave that brush to my mother, so I only use this. This is a great brush. I use that for my Dream Matte Airphone. I think it's what, Dream Nude Airphone, that's what it's called. And I love this brush. If you see, like, every tutorial that I do that lately, or have done lately, where I am putting on foundation, I use this brush. It's pretty much the same thing as the e.l.f. brush. The only difference is that it's more dense and it's more soft. So I really love this brush. Next is the flat stippling brush. And I use this for blush. Right, I use this for blush. I use this for highlighting with my e.l.f. bronzer, gold bronzer. It's really soft. You can use it for foundation, liquid foundation. I do that because I don't use liquid. I use foam. Foundation, when I use foundation, I probably could use this when I use my tinted moisturizer as well. The next brush is the angle brush, and I use this to contour with. I also use this to put blush on. Yeah. The only thing that's going on with this brush, I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of hairs that's kind of sticking out, which is not really their fault. Is because I should have bought some brush guards for my foundation brushes and my powder brushes, which I bought some, and I'll show you those later in the video. Next is the foundation brush, which I use this to put on my tinted moisturizer or concealer. Then we have your concealer brush, which I use for concealer on my face. Yeah, that's what I use it for. Next is the large shadow brush, and I've never used this as to put shadow all over the eye, which it can be used. I only use this to blend my eyeshadows in my crease. So like the last two videos that I did, did I use it? Yeah, the last two videos that I did, makeup tutorials, I used this to blend the color in my crease with. Next is the blender, and I don't think I used this brush. No, I didn't, but it would be, I would use, if I use it, I would use it as a blender brush, but I don't think I've used this brush. If I did, I used it to blend. Next is going to be the Doe Foot blender, and I'm reading the names of them off these papers, just so you know that, because they don't have names on the brush, they just have Coastal Scents on it, so that's how I know the names. So, and I use this to put like a highlight on my nose, or to contour my nose with, and I might use it in the crease if I use it in the crease, but I've never used this in the crease yet, as of yet. Next is going to be the Dome Shadow Brush, and this is a blending brush, and this was something that I would use to blend in my crease. I believe I also use this to contour my nose with. Next is going to be the Dome Blender, and I've used this to blend colors in my crease, of course. Next is going to be the Medium Shadow Brush, and of course I use this to put eyeshadow on my lid, and that's pretty much it. Next is the the Detail Shadow Brush, and I've used this to put color on the inner lid or over the whole lid. Next is the Lip Brush. I've never used this to put any kind of lip product on as of yet. When I use it in my tear duct or in my inner corner if I want like color in there. That's what I use this for. Next is the Detail Concealer, and I use this to conceal little blotches and whatnot I have on my face, which I have quite a few. And let's see. Alright, next is the Pointed Blender, and it's really pointed so you can get, like, if you're doing like right up in here, like you want like a sharp line cut crease in there. I use this in my Nicki Minaj tutorial to put the color right at the crease there, so that's what I use that for. Next is going to be the brow. This is considered your brow brush, but I don't use these. I don't use this for my brows. I use this to smudge color on my eye. I use this brush in the neutral eye with a pop of color to put the pink under my waterline. I'm sure you probably could, if you're using like a shadow to fill in your brows, you could use this brush for that. But I never, when I look at this brush, I don't think of a brush for your brows. I think of more as a smudge brush. Next is the Smudger Sponge. A little tongue tied there. And that's it. I've never used this brush. It's supposed to be to smudge your colors, probably under your waterline if you have a smoky eye or something like that. If I ever do one, I'll use it. Alright, next is going to be the Large Liner / Brow, and you can use this to clean up your brows. I'm trying to think if I use this for that. I think I did once just to try the brush out. It's really nice. It's really dense. It's not flimsy, so you can really get the concealer if you're using it for under your brows, or if you're using it, you can use this to color in your brows as well. So next is your Medium Liner Brow Brush, and this brush I've used to do do my brows with, to shape them up with the concealer to make them a little bit more smooth looking. I've used this. And then the last brush is the small one, and I've used this one for liner. Alright, so we've got all the brushes done. The brush guards, and these are it, and you get 10 in a pack, and these are for the shadow and liners. And this is what they look like. And I must say that I really like these. I wish I had bought the ones for, I think they have 3 kinds, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken. I know there's the ones for the shadow and the liners, and then there's one for foundation and powder brushes, and then there's might be another one, but don't quote me. I'll just put the information in the description box if I am wrong or somewhere in this video. So that's going to be my review. Oh, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.